Hello, welcome out there in podcast land. This is your voice of the village voice coming at you today. Oh my goodness. Okay, Mary's throwing me off my curve here, but anyway, we'll get back to it and we'll have a good podcast because we have a good guest to interview. And I know I often say that, but that's the case. We have only very important people here in the podcast room. So one of the things we'd like to take care of at the beginning is our sponsor. And our sponsor for this podcast is the snow removal crew here at Friendship Village. I think it used to be the maintenance department, but they've turned that over to another company to come and take care of our snow needs right off the bat in the morning. So they were here this morning. I remember them outside my door, it seemed like. They were pretty close. But we do appreciate them, and we just want to acknowledge them and suggest to you, our listener, that next time you have occasion to talk to one of these snow removal guys, you might just give them a wave, give them a smile, or just say, hey, thanks for all you do around here. That might help their day, and we would certainly appreciate if you could do that. Now, before we get any further, let me tell you a joke. It's one that's been on the podcast in past occasions, but it's a good one, so I think it's worthy to repeat. That's what I think. But anyway, here we go. It takes place in a parochial school, and it's time for lunch. So the children are all lined up as they enter the cafeteria area, and they're lined up, and they get their little tray, and they put it on the thing, and they're pushing it down. And as they go by and get close to the first of the food, there's a big basket full of apples, and a sign is in the basket, and it says, please take only one of these because God is watching you. So the children obey and take a little apple and whatever, and at the end of the line, after they got all their food piled on their plate, there's another basket full of Oreo cookies, and the sign in the basket here says, take as many of these as you want because God is busy watching the apples. So anyway, thank you for listening, and thank you for all the laughter that it generated, and we want to improve your life and make it a better life if we can. And so I'm stammering around here, and Mary is looking sternly down her nose at me. So I think we better get on with this podcast. All right. So Mary, I'm going to turn it over to you. Please.
Okay, I also have a little story, and mine takes place in a school too.
Oh, okay.
So it says, when our son was about 4 years old, he attended preschool. If the kids misbehaved, the teacher had a special chair for them to sit in. She called it the thinking chair. When I picked him up one day and I asked how school went, he replied, not good. I has to sit in the stinking chair.
He called it a stinking chair, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
We relate back to the school kids is what we relate to.
Okay.
Okay, today we have a very wonderful guest here. She is fairly new in Friendship Village. I forgot to ask what your title is.
So it's Life Enrichment Assistant.
She belongs to the Life Enrichment Program, which doing the things that she does makes our life richer.
Amen.
Her name is Firuza Shakirova.
Yes.
And she's from
Tajikistan.
And she was born January 1st, 1996. And she's married and has one son. And we'll get into all that a little bit later.
Okay.
And so, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
You gotta pick up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, you were born there, and your parents lived there.
Yes,
And did you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I do have siblings. One of my sisters, she lives in Waterloo, Iowa. She also works at Friendship Village, and she cooks for Wellspring. And yeah, she's married as well. She has one daughter, and she goes to daycare with my son.
Okay.
They are almost same age, 3.5 years old.
So they're in the room together.
Yes, they are together, and the other sibling, the oldest siblings of mine, my sister, she lives in Moscow. She's married and she has 2 children. And the youngest sister of mine, she lives in Tajikistan, and she is dentist.
A dentist.
A dentist.
A dentist.
Yes, yes. And I have one more brother. He's 23 years old, and he's still in law school. So
Law school, he'll be a lawyer.
Yeah, he'll be a lawyer.
Mhm.
Yeah. And my mom works in the hospital. She's anesthesiologist.
She's what?
She's anesthesiologist.
And
Anesthesiologist?
Yeah,
Okay,
anesthesiologist.
anesthesiologist, all right.
Yes, and she works in the hospital. She has been working for 20 years. She has been doing that. And my father, he used to work in a bank, and now he's retired.
Okay.
So he just retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's
your sister lives in Moscow. What is her job?
She doesn't work, so she stay-home mom.
Okay.
She has 2 children, and she
Okay.
takes care of them, and she takes them to different activities such as boxing, swimming. They take English classes too.
Okay.
Yeah, she takes them school and back home. She's busy raising them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good profession.
Yeah.
Being a
thank
stay-at-home
you.
mom.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a busy one.
Mm-hmm.
Unpaid, but busy.
Yes.
You get paid with smiles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Loves and kisses. Yeah. So how long have you been here with us at Friendship Village?
So I have been here for 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah, I applied to Friendship Village last year, and I saw a position of cook at Wellspring, and I applied for that position because I saw I have to start from somewhere. I have to kind of step inside of the company and show myself, my abilities, my talents,
Right.
and then grow eventually. So I started cooking at Wellspring last year, and I really enjoyed cooking, and because it's part of my hobby, cooking too, because after I get off the work, I go home, I usually prepare supper myself, and I really enjoy that. I bake sometimes too, so it's a hobby from my childhood because I grew up with my grandmother and grandfather, with my grandparents, and my grandma taught me how to cook. So yeah, it's all most of the recipes, they came from my grandma, so she taught me how to cook. So still nowadays I enjoy cooking, and I really enjoyed working at Wellspring as well. I like the residents, I enjoyed it, and then I got offered to move to Life Enrichment Department, and because my manager, she saw the talents and the abilities I have, she recommended me to Emily, and then I had interview with Emily.
Good recommendation.
Yes, I was very excited, and I knew that I will be learning, new things, and I will gain more experience. I will grow, So then I got this job, and I started working at Life Enrichment Department. I really enjoy it, and I love doing that. I like that we have variety of activities, and most of the time I really like to do different things, make the residents' life more fun, more interesting, so to socialize with them so they don't feel, I would say, they don't feel depressed.
No,
or, yeah.
no, we don't want them to be depressed.
Yes,
No.
that's why I want their life to be full of different activities and different fun things, so they can come socialize, stay active and busy. So
Right.
it's good for their well-being overall and mental health.
Well, I
as
think
well.
you found your niche.
I did.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
think you found, and we are so lucky that
Thank
you
you
are
so
here.
much.
I think we are so lucky that you are here. In this short year, you have done amazing things.
Thank you very much.
And you have showed us a wide variety of your talents
Thank
that we
you.
really appreciate everything that you do. We just love having you around, your
Thank you
smile
very much.
and your ideas. Your ideas are so great. I get to take part in a lot of that when she comes to the craft room on Monday mornings and shows us different crafts that we can participate in. I don't always participate in all of them because I have my own thing I like to do, and she's caught on to that now too.
Yeah.
So we have a good time there at crafts. There aren't very many of us, but
Yeah, we have like 6 or 5.
Mm-hmm. But we like to do what's presented to us, and we look forward to that Monday morning get together. And then
I was thinking of this, that you didn't come and replace somebody who had the job that you now have, and they moved on. It's not like you had a thing to fill in. You had to, in a way, you created a whole new job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with a whole new itinerary of
Yeah.
activities and goals, and
She has so many ideas that she's put them out for us to take
Yeah.
advantage of.
Yeah.
Well, and then brought in this cooking. We never had cooking before, and now we
Yes.
have a once a month cooking get together, and that is so much fun.
Mhm.
She just has made it just and we're getting bigger all the time, I think.
Yes.
More people are catching on that we have fun. They see the pictures of the people with their little white hats and aprons on.
That's
and
cute.
We're always making some kind of food that we get to taste there or bring home with us.
Yeah.
And Mary and I are both part of this cooking
Yeah, we
class.
take
so
part of that.
We know what we're speaking about here.
And the majority of the people sitting around the table do not even cook. Very
Yeah.
few of them cook. A few
Yeah.
do, but not too many.
Yeah.
But they love to come and participate and reap the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So we're thankful that you've implemented that program
Thank
into
you.
our curriculum, such as we have here. So, and what does your husband do?
Okay, my husband studied petroleum engineering in Russia, and then he worked at the transportation company in Russia. He worked for a couple years. Then we moved to America. So for now, he's working for himself. So he's self-employed, and he drives. Yeah, he drives for Uber.
For
now.
Uber?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
wow.
Uber
he's
for
an
now.
Uber driver.
Yes,
Okay.
but eventually in the future, if he finds any job like which matches his background, his experience and degree, he's willing to take that.
So he's out looking all the time? or
Yes, for something.
interviewing?
Yeah, for something which is related to his educational background.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our new president is talking about how to open up some oil and gas and whatever kind of resources and get back into producing that along the way. Maybe a job will just come up for him.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah.
And your husband's name is Rustam.
Yes, Rustam.
And you also have a nice little 3.5-year-old son who
yeah.
goes to daycare. His name is Moan.
Moyen, yes.
Moyen.
Moyen.
Moyen. Yeah.
Moyen.
Boyan.
Yes.
So you're pretty much planted in Friendship Village.
Yes, I did.
Do you mind? Did you have bad winters where you lived like we have here sometimes?
So in Tajikistan, where I am from and where I was born in Central Asia, we do have winter, so we do get snow, but not as many as you guys get in Iowa. So it's usually snows, but it melts right away. It doesn't accumulate. So yeah, and the wind, I would say we don't get a cold wind as you guys get in here in Iowa. It's warmer I would say it's warmer in Tajikistan, but the mountainous areas where are the mountains, it's, I would say, very cold. They
Yes.
get more snow and ice and wind.
You have a lot of mountains
Yeah,
there?
we do. 93% of Tajikistan is mountains.
Wow. Whoa.
Yes.
Well, who owns
It's-
all the mountains?
Nobody lives there, so.
Yeah, but who owns the land?
Oh,
The government?
the government, the
Yeah.
country. So yeah, it belongs to the country.
Oh,
so.
my. Huh.
So you don't have much farming?
We do have farming, but not as many as you guys have here in America. Because
You don't have too many lowlands.
yes, we don't.
Yeah.
So that's why. But we have different, because due to it's 93% mountains, we have different rocks and minerals
Oh, sure.
on those
They
mountains.
do a lot of mining then.
Yes, they do, and also we have a big, the I would say like a. There is a mountains, and where is a big accumulation of coal.
Coal.
Yeah,
Okay.
coal, and they use it for winter time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the residents and population in Central Asia, mostly they use that coal in winter time to have the boilers in the buildings and their houses.
Is that one of your exports too, that you export to other countries?
No, we don't export the coal, but we do have a big aluminum company, yes, and they produce lots of aluminum, and then they export it to Great Britain, to Turkey, to different countries. It's the most source of economy of country, I would say, is that the company.
Okay, one of the
Yeah.
biggest exports.
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
biggest.
Okay. Do you have gardens there?
We do have, actually, my grandpa, he worked from my mother's side, my grandpa, he worked for government for a long time, and he also had a farm.
Okay.
So in the village close to the city where we live, he had a farm and gardens. So he used to grow cotton. He used to have grown different fruits like peach, apples, and also vegetables as well. Tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes, onions, different vegetables. And mostly we used to get all the groceries from my grandpa's farm.
Oh, okay.
And he had animals too, like a beef, chicken, lamb. So yeah, he had everything in his farm, and he used to hire the workers so they can come and work springtime and summer and fall time.
He was a big farmer then, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. And actually my uncle, my grandpa, because he was busy working for governments as well, after he get off from his work at 4 p.m., he goes and works at his farm till 7 p.m. And then he comes back home. And then he was pretty busy, hard-working man. And then when he got older, he taught my uncle to continue his farming. So my uncle took over it.
So he didn't live on his farm?
No, he didn't. My uncle lived there.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a house next to the farm. But my grandpa, he lived in a city which is like 20 minutes away from the farm. Yeah.
And did your grandma help?
Yeah, she used to help. I used to help too. I remember when I was in school, when I was 15 and 10 years old, during those years of my life, our grandpa, he used to take me, my sister, and all of my cousins to take to his farm weekends and summer holidays. We used to spend over there helping him. He taught us, how to work in the farm. It kind of helped us to socialize, to get closer to our cousins.
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah.
You probably picked apples and peaches.
We did,
and
yeah. We used to pick up the onions, tomatoes, cucumbers.
What are they?
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
Oh, cucumbers. Okay.
Yeah, cucumbers.
Okay. Now I'm catching on.
Yeah.
I have to interpret sometimes. People are going to like this interview, I think. They're going to really
Thank you.
get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
I hope they don't mind my little accent because
No,
I
they
speak
love it.
different languages, so I have accent.
They will love it. Yes, speaking of language, you speak what, 6
6 languages.
different
Wow.
languages. And did you
Yes.
learn those all in school?
Part of it at school and part of it in university.
Okay.
And yeah, part of it different, I would say, classes I took, so I learned.
Were you interested in languages?
Yes, from my childhood, I was always interested to know different languages. So it opens up the world to me. So because I like to travel. So when I travel, so I know the language, so I can feel the culture, learn the history, communicate with people. So it helps a lot. So that's why I always wanted to learn at least 6 languages. So,
At least.
yeah.
We know one, right?
One.
Do you know any other language besides English?
Oh, un poco español. Yeah.
And I can do Latin because I can read Latin. I
Good.
can't speak it as much, but if you put something in front of me, then I can read the Latin because I went to Catholic school
Oh, did you?
for 3-4 years. So, and we had Latin there.
You had Latin classes?
Yeah.
In your school?
Yeah, very little though.
Yeah.
It wasn't as popular,
I
but we did.
I had Latin in my junior, senior years, and they said, now if you can get this down, that'll help you learn other Romance languages,
Yes.
like Spanish, Italian, French,
Italian.
and that was true.
Right.
You could, yeah.
translate into those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just admire you so much for learning all that. You can name the languages, but we probably won't understand the names. But you go ahead and name them.
Oh, which languages do I
Yes.
speak? Yeah, I speak English.
Yes.
I speak Russian. I speak Tajik. I speak Turkish.
Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish. And then I speak Uzbek and I speak Persian as well.
Persian.
Persian.
And
yeah.
Uzbek.
Yeah, Uzbek too.
Okay. I got most of those.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I started learning French before moving to America. So I just learned the beginner level of the French. But in the future, hopefully, if I get a chance, I would like to learn.
Take a class in
fluently. Yeah,
French. Yes.
take a class in French and be fluent in
Or
French.
go visit France.
Hopefully.
Hmm.
Okay, you went to school in Tajikistan
Yes.
all 12 years?
So in Tajikistan, Central Asia, we go 11 years.
11 years, okay.
Yes. We don't have high school. We go till 11 years and then we go to university or college.
Which did you go to?
So when I graduated 11th grade, I applied to Moscow State University. So I got a scholarship, full tuition, so my education was free.
Okay.
And I studied at Moscow State University. I did my bachelor's. I studied geological engineering. And for 4 years, yes. And then I studied my master's degree and I did international relations.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I studied diplomacy, international relations. And then
So how many years did you go to college?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes. But it took me longer a little bit because I had my son during my master's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was doing my master's, I had my son. So it took me longer to finish, to graduate. Yeah.
And did you go to college over in the United States at all?
So I came first time to United States. It was back in 2015. I applied to UNI, to CIP program. And then I came to during the springtime, and I took a semester at UNI.
Mm-hmm.
I studied at CIP program, and
What is that?
it's a culture English learning international learning program.
Cultural international learning.
To learn
English,
to
yes,
learn,
to improve my English and learn American culture. And it's international programs that has students from all over the world.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So most of my classmates, they were from different countries.
Right.
and I really enjoyed that program. Yeah.
We've had them here to talk to us,
Yes.
Yeah.
and they were very interesting.
Uh-huh.
I hope we set that up again sometime.
I think we set it up each month. We'll have students from CIP coming and presenting their country and culture.
Okay, that'll be good.
Yeah, every month.
I enjoyed the one I went to very much. Or did I go to two of them? When did you meet your husband?
So I met my husband in 2013. So when I was freshman in college. So we were at the same class.
Mhm.
We studied our bachelor's together.
Well, if you're studying engineering,
Yes.
he probably was studying that too.
Yes, he was doing his engineering too. So I met him in college in Moscow State University.
Mhm.
At that time, he was very quiet and shy. He never talked to me and talked to any girls. Yes, and I am like my personality is very. I like outgoing. I'm outgoing person, and I like to socialize a lot.
Mhm.
I like to talk to people, socialize. I'm very social person. And he is not. So he was very shy and quiet. He never talked to anybody. But when in 2017, it was close to, we were almost graduating from college, and then we had a project together, so which brought us closer to each other. So he started talking to me, sharing his stories about his personalities, and we started dating, and then we kept in touch. So I was doing my master's, he was doing his master's as well, but different universities, but we always stayed in touch, and we used to talk and, meet. And then in 2019, so we got married. We got married not August. We got married October 13, 2019.
Okay.
So in Tajikistan, we went back to Tajikistan because his parents, they live there. My parents, they live there as well. All the families.
You're right.
Yeah, so we had a big wedding reception in Tajikistan. 120 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big wedding.
What is the main religion there?
The religion?
Yeah.
So it's Islam.
Islam.
Yeah,
Okay.
Islam.
Did you have an Islam ceremony?
We did have that too. So nikah, they say we had that, and then we had a big wedding reception. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, and then we left back to Russia with my husband because we have dual citizenship.
Oh,
We have Russian citizenship too.
Okay.
And yes, and I study in Russia. He studied in Russia, so he got a job, and he worked there. I had my son in 2021 August in Russia as well. So, yeah.
Did you both agree to come to America?
Yes.
Okay.
And because first time I came to America in 2015, I really liked the country, the culture, and the people, and I liked the life. I would say the system of the life, how organized it is here, everything, how developed everything is, and I personally thought I belonged to this place because of my personality, how outgoing and social I am, and the country is full of opportunities, and I am always willing to take a chance, take the opportunities, learn new things, grow, and have a bright, nice future. So I talked to my husband about this.
What they would say, you threw him the sales pitch.
Yes.
You sold him on America.
And I told him, let's move to America. And because I like the country, I told him, and I always had a dream to move here, to live here. And because America has variety of everything, I would say. Yeah, it's... It has different cultures.
It brings in all the cultures.
Yes, all the cultures. Yeah. It's, I would say, very developed, very advanced, and it's good for young people who has a dream, who wants to achieve something, you know, have a nice future, work hard, you know, so you can have your dreams come true here. So
Would you appreciate anyone maybe correcting you on your pronunciation of a word?
yes, I do appreciate that because I have a accent and sometimes I mispronounce because of the variety of languages I speak, you
Right.
know. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, the word I was thinking of was developed.
Developed, yes, developed.
Developed.
So I like where I am now, and I'm very grateful.
Does your
for
husband
that.
speak English?
He speaks. He does speak English, but not as fluent as I am. I would say he needs to improve his English, but he understands everything. He can respond.
Yeah. And does he know other languages?
He does. Yeah, he speaks Russian. He speaks Tajik and a little bit English. Three languages.
Three.
He speaks. Yeah.
And your son?
So my son, here is the interesting story. When we moved to America, he just started speaking. So he speaks only English, but he understands Russian and Tajik language. But his response always English. So I hope he learns those two languages as well. Yeah. I'm planning on teaching him. So.
Right.
Wow.
You'll be the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to teach your own children.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
But I'll try.
Right. My 3 children took piano lessons, but I did not teach them.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to work as well. They took from I would say she was a pretty professional piano teacher,
Yeah.
and they learned real well. And
Good.
So you just went to the shows that they had at
I
the
went
end
to
of
their
class.
recitals.
Recitals.
Then, many years later, I did end up teaching piano, but to other people's children.
Oh, good.
Yeah, over the course of many years, I taught close to 100 students.
Wow.
So, but it's not easy to teach your own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. I agree. It's hard to teach your own.
Does your husband come home and tell you any funny stories of people he helped as an Uber driver?
He tells me all the time different stories, and it's funny to hear that, you know. And he's my best friend too, I would say, because we share, you know, everything together, and I would say he's my life partner.
Right.
Yeah, so
Now, is this name his last
Rustam.
name?
His last name is Khaknazarov. I did not took his last name
Okay.
because of all the diplomas, certificates, and degrees I had, you know.
yeah.
So it would be a long process to
change it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
to change it. I didn't want to go through that.
Yeah.
So I said I'll keep my last name.
What does your son have?
His last name.
Okay.
Yeah, my husband's last name.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Good. He'll have a lot of fun teaching the teachers how to spell his last name.
Yes, it's hard to spell it.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And my husband is, I would say, he likes cooking too.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, he helps me with cooking.
You cook
So,
together.
Yeah, we cook together or we take turns, I would say. When it comes to steak or when it comes to pilaf, rice pilaf, and steak or like barbecue, he does it. So he does a great job with that, with meat and, you know, all of that.
You do
Do
the
you have an
salads.
outside grill?
Yes.
Yes?
He likes doing it. So I like making more like homemade soups, salads. I like baking bread, you know, and different bakeries, like pastries, sorry. And so we do it together. I would say take turns and have variety of food.
Good. Good.
I forget what's the next thing on our agenda when we come back for cooking school. What?
Dessert.
Yes, it's a dessert.
Oh, dessert.
We're
Oh,
making Italian tiramisu.
Oh, tiramisu.
Tiramisu,
Oh.
yes, Italian. So
We'll compare it with the tiramisu we get here, which will probably be completely different.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have tried different Russian salads, and we can keep 1 month we can make salad of food, and next month always we can make dessert. So we can have both.
Okay.
Yeah, variety. So
Or maybe your husband could come and teach us one of his specials.
maybe I would ask him. He's very shy,
I was
but
going to say, to get him to come here and meet all of us,
Oh.
that would be a challenge.
yes, because even when it's like talking to insurance or talking to somebody, he cannot do that. He always asks me, please, can you handle it? Can you talk? Because he gets nervous and he's very shy. So I take care of that part.
But he has
mostly.
to converse with the people that he drives.
Yes.
But-
Actually, he doesn't drive for people. He drives for Uber, but he delivers food.
Oh.
He does not. Yes.
does-
Oh, he
Yeah.
goes to the restaurant and gets the food?
Yes, and delivers
And then
that.
deliver-
Okay.
Yes, he does not drive people around.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's very shy to do it. So, yeah.
What places does he deliver food for?
All the restaurants around the town.
Well, they call an Uber
Yes,
to deliver. I
yes.
see. They have that number that they call.
Yep,
And then-
Uber Eats. It's the app, so they can order on the app. So
Okay.
he
The
has
only
the
time he
app.
probably converses with people is when he delivers the food.
Yes, but mostly people don't meet him. He doesn't meet them as well. He lives behind their door and takes a picture of the food and sends them. So
Oh.
it's
That's a whole different job type thing.
Yeah.
It is.
It's okay for now until he finds the job
Right.
which matches
Right.
his background.
Right.
Yeah.
What he went to college for.
Yes, eventually.
I don't know around here. Is there a lot of openings?
I don't know either because Iowa it's very popular with farming.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
lots of farming, you
Yeah.
know, and they do have John Deere, but they don't hire petroleum engineers. They do hire mechanical engineers,
Right.
you know, those types. And Texas is very popular because they have different oil companies in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different petroleum.
Oklahoma maybe too.
Yep, maybe.
Some of
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Wyoming maybe.
Yeah.
Wyoming, yes.
Yeah.
Wyoming too.
You know, I hate to be a Budinsky here, but
We're running out of time.
We're kind of
Yeah.
past
We've
running
way
out.
gone past our time probably.
So, I mean, it's just been so easy to come and talk to this young lady, isn't it?
Yes.
And so we appreciate your being open and easy with the conversation. That's good.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
getting us more of an insight into you and your personality and your work and everything that goes along with it. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
We've
very
interviewed
much.
many gals in the Life Enrichment program, but some of them have left us. So
Yeah,
we hope you stay.
I hope to. I'm planning on staying. So
Okay, good.
Hopefully, yeah, I'll be here. I like Friendship Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like
They all
it.
say that, don't they?
Yeah. Well.
I enjoy it. I enjoy working with you guys,
Right.
and I enjoy everything. So
Well, this, like I say, this could be an interview that could go twice as long, or a part two. We could have a part two. So we appreciate that, and
thank you.
we could just sort of close, couldn't we? Okay, let's close like we usually do by saying, "May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet once again." Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.